Let's start with the wedge. I think you're the best wedge player in the world. No pressure.
Yeah, thanks.
Show us how the magic happens.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, you said it. We're going to start with the wedges. That's a bulk of my practice is my wedges. I think that's kind of where I can make up some ground. But even when I'm warming up, that's where I start. I'm going to start with wedges. I've got situated here about a 100-yard shot. And for me, I'm always about trajectory control and spin control, but they kind of go hand in hand. So I like my wedges to kind of launch at a pretty low trajectory, so that my control is better. It eliminates a lot of the wind, and there's still good spin. It allows me to make good crisp contact on the golf club, thus creating proper spin. I prefer a draw. I almost feel like the club and my body are just pivoting and the ball gets in the way. And with my grip, which is pretty strong, and the plane of my golf swing, that just promotes a draw. So I've got a left to right wind here, so it's a little more difficult to draw it. However, I'm still gonna play my shot. So here I got the ball more middle to back. My stance is a little bit open. I'm gonna play a little draw in there, about a 100-yard shot. There we go.
So Zach, when you talk about keeping the traj down with your wedges, easier to control the distance and the spin, mechanically, what do you do to flight the ball either up or bring it down?
Yeah, so there's a couple of ways you can change the trajectory, whether it's putting the ball further up in your stance to hit it higher, back to hit it lower. The other thing a lot of guys do, you know, you hear somebody use the, whatever it is, the Pell system or anything of that matter, but going up and down the grip. So the less amount of shaft you use, the lower it's going to be. So for example, if I choke up on my grip here, put it in the same position, it's going to launch even lower. But still, a good trajectory, about 100 yards. And then when I want to hit it higher, I can put it a little bit further up in my stance, go up my grip again, and hit it a higher shot.
That's outstanding. Let's check the number here on our Bushnell Pro X2.
Do it.
See how good you are. 97 yards.
Well, too much of a draw, a little left of the pin. But something along those lines. Good trajectory, it still sat when it landed on the green, didn't spin out too much.
Hey, you playing a lot of Pro-Am, Zach. What are the common faults you see with amateurs, specifically with their wedge play?
What I see the most with amateurs is they really put the ball too far up in their stance. It's almost like, I mean, my driver's up here. Your wedges do not need to be up that high. They need to be further back here, almost as if your head's over it. Maybe even, you know, kind of feel like you're more on your left side. Ball position more mid of stance, or even back right of the heel. Hands forward. That's key. Hands forward. You want at impact, my impact position is going to be about right there. See how much more forward my hands are versus where the club head is? And what that does is there's already loft here. The loft in the golf club will get the ball in the air. You don't have to help it up in the air. So I would say ball position and keeping your hands more forward at impact will allow for a more consistent trajectory, consistent shot making, and certainly consistent feel.
Yeah, I think, Zach, when in the Pro-Ams we've talked about before with amateurs having trouble controlling their distances with their wedges, a rangefinder is an easy way for amateurs to practice their numbers, not only work on their golf swing, but also work on their distance. And with a rangefinder, you're going to find that out fairly quickly. Welcome back to Golf Channel Academy. Here with Zach Johnson. And Zach, we started with the wedges here in your full bag display. We're going to move over to the 7-iron now.
Sure.
So let's talk mechanics, basic fundamentals. We're into the middle of your bag. So this is a full 7-iron. What's your prospects when you are working on fundamentals with your full swing?
Yeah, no, I mean, you know, I'm always one that, you know, I like my hands to go up the plane, I like my hands to come down the plane. I may even get some rods out and work on that, but I do a lot of that stuff in front of the mirror. When I get on the range, I want to get down to the basics. I want to get down into shot making and that sort of thing. I've got an alignment stick. I always want to check that, right? Check where my alignment is, my feet, my shoulders, kind of get parallel with that, my knees, etc. And then from there, Brian, I like to have my hands a little bit more forward in impact. I'm practicing impact position, putting some Nice lean on that shaft to mimic exactly where I want that ball and club to meet. And then when I come back and take a swing, it just is easier to get in that position.
Let's see one.
Overturned it a little bit, solid. But nice little draw.
Well, let's talk about what you just said with your caddy, Damon Green.
Sure.
How you like for him to hold a club to the left of your head so you don't have any movement going back. So I'm going to emulate Damon here.
Sure.
Club here over your right ear, and then from there, what does that make you do?
So I won't hit this one just to kind of show, but on my backswing here, I'm going to take it back, get to my transition, and on the way down, I want my head to just stay right there and almost feels like it's going forward. It's not just staying right where it started at address. My tendency is for it to creep back. And if I hit that, if my head creeps back, I'm going to hit that golf club.
So it's a great drill. Well, let's try one.
You got it. That one was very effective. It's promoting muscle memory. It's allowing me to get into a kind of little station here and just hit shots. I really don't have to worry about where it ends up, but I'm creating solid shots, good divots. And the moment my head creeps back, I'm gonna thin it, I'm gonna chunk it, one of the two. And that's when the inconsistencies come. So keeping that head stable on the way back and then coming through allows for more consistent action through the turf.
Well, Zach, you and I have been friends a long, long time. We've played a lot of golf together. I've always admired the pace of your swing. Is that something that gets you in trouble at times, having a quicker tempo, or is that just the rhythm that you're born with that you've always used?
Actually, you bring up a great point. My coaches and we always talk about, okay, you start hitting some errant shots, what do you go to first? Is it your alignment? Is it your grip? Is it your posture? Well, certainly those things are all important. But for me, I always try to go back to the rhythm of my golf swing. And when I say rhythm, it's all about where that backswing and the downswing meet, the transition. So the bigger my turn off the golf ball, because a lot of people say I have a pretty short turn and short golf swing, which I do. I mean, I have some limitations more than less, but I want that transition and I want that turn to be about as big as it can be on every shot. I want my back to the target. And when I get my back to the target and that club gets set, I have a better chance of hitting it solid. So making a big turn behind the golf ball, getting it set, and then letting the club come down.